Hey everyone, this is WobblyWallaby. In the China beta test server, they have recently been buffing the Begetter class. This is still an ongoing process, and I'll show the current state of the Begetter as of the January 11th patch. How good do they make the Begetter? Stay tuned to find out. My patch notes are from January 11th. Previously they made Begetter too strong, so they did nerf it quite significantly. I'll put a link to the tap patch notes in the description in case you're interested. There are a few changes that make Begetter very strong. First, the Void Summon Ruin got its third line buffed. On the left side is our current Void Summon Ruin, which gives us the extra homunculus, but on the CBT server they also get the extra sentence that your homunculus doesn't die. When I played Homunculus on the global server, it dies pretty easily in instances. Here, the Legend Golem destroys my homunculi, and you have to resurrect them again, so you do lose the DPS during that time. On CBT, when my homunculi have 0 health, they are still fighting for me. This is the Brave difficulty, and you can see they still die to bosses. Next, your homunculus now inherit your damage modifiers like penetration percentage, skill damage, racial damage, and more. Before, these weren't inherited, and simple things like your attack percentage, magic attack percentage, and your attributes were used. This is a huge deal since these modifiers greatly increase your damage to bosses and players, especially in Legend mode where you need these modifiers to be very high in order to deal damage. Next, all the homunculus got skill damage buffs. For example, Eleanor, who does crazy damage, got her skills buffed. I'll be showing the current skills on the left side on global, and then what happened on the CBT server. Her Sonic Skill Claw went from 670% to 1750% attack. It also reduces the target move speed and attack speed by 50% for 5 seconds. The skill cooldown went from 6 seconds down to 1.5 seconds. Next, her skill Silver Charge got changed too. The attack modifier went from 1000% to 3000%. The skill cooldown went from 8 seconds down to 2 seconds. Also, Midnight Berserk's Deep Cut effect made the damage received go from 10% to 30%. Next, the Vine Purgatory Ruin got changed. There's now a third line that says you can spawn the max number of hell plants all at once. You can see here that when I have this rune enabled, I summon all 3 hell plants at once in an area. If I remove this rune, then 1 hell plant shows up at a time, which is what we have right now in our servers. The clump of 3 hell plants is really good in PvE since the DPS will be there all at once. But this is definitely not good for farming and PvP if you're guarding different spots, so in that case you may want to remove this rune or not have one with a third line. Now, if you lack Begetter ruins and you need BCC to buy more S and S star ruins, then try Smile.1, which allows you to get discounted BCC and premiums for Ragnarok Mobile. They have been around for more than 8 years, and they have lots of global business partners for other games too. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check them out. Thanks to Smile.1 for sponsoring this video. Next, with these buffs, how well does this do in PvE? Many people wanted to know if it can solo legend bosses. I'll show my character setup and stats. I tried to make a build that was somewhat suboptimal to give people a better idea of what to expect. These CBT accounts have very high deposits, so I'm offsetting this with some pretty crappy gear. And I'm also using cards that are more realistically able to get. So for example, I do not use things like the Poi Tata star card. Note, I don't use an Ancient Relic since the ones I have are unfair since they're purple ones. But I was forced to use the plus 15 penetration knife for the Oracle Mirror, since without this I wasn't able to clear the instance. For stats, I have 32,000 attack, 82.5% penetration, 26% skill damage, 146.6% physical damage, 79% physical damage increase, and 155.5% ignore defense. I could have swapped in my skinning knife for more ignore defense, but I didn't have any good random attributes on this. you can definitely aim for the optimal 200% ignore defense. For Adventure Handbook, I have 4,769 attack and 88% attack deposit. I'd removed a lot of the 1% deposits since many people do not have the 119% deposits which these accounts have. For Eleanor, she is level 90 with 137,000 attack. I'd leveled her up with the base job potions and instances. If she was level 170, I'm sure she'd be a lot stronger. Same with Emister, also lower level at 102 and has 127,000 attack. Next, here's my Isles run against the Legend Golem. I cast Hell Plants and then attack. The damage from Eleanor is pretty insane. She's my primary damage dealer. I run away from the Golem's AoE. If I'd fully stacked this account, this Golem would definitely go down a lot faster. Without the plus 15 penetration knife in the Oracle Mirror, I couldn't clear this very easily. The extra 20% penetration given to the homunculi is very significant. For my skills, I'm using Life Psychic and Life Merge, which will give a huge attack boost to both my homunculi and my Hell Plants. I spam Cart Cannon and sometimes Tinder Breaker to deal some extra damage with Eleanor. In my Prepare for Elite, I use Cart Boost and also Loud Exclamation. Even with my current setup, I get into the instant death state, but luckily my homunculi kill it before I die, so I think this is somewhat the bare minimum to clear the Legend Golem. Against the Legend's Dragon, I found the damage a bit too low, and I was also having a bit of a difficult time dealing with these spawned mini dragons. I had to retarget a lot, and that wasn't very easy to do. Next, how about MVP hunting? As expected, the damage is a bit slow, so you lose to the one-shotters like Saitama and Wataru. I begin with Contunalex. Sometimes if you run really fast, you'll see that the homunculi lag behind. I get there first and start hitting it with my lower damage first. It can get annoying since you want the high damage stuff to happen right away. Here I am fighting the Devil Squid. It does take a while for it to be taken down, so on a real competitive server, it would have been gone a long time ago. Next for Soul Player, I did like that when I had no SP, the homunculi could still do a lot of damage. Against Poitata, it was kinda slow, but it's good that the homunculi could even attack when I'm stunned. Next, how about Oracle Elite? It does pretty well here. I'm in Oracle Elite 9 and the Hell Plants take down the mobs with their AoE, and the bosses are also taken down by homunculi. I like how it does against Lord of House of Cards since the homunculi can take it down while I'm being useless. Overall, I think the Begetter update is great, and there's a lot of potential, and I like how they rebalance the class so it can deal more damage. It's been a long time since I've seen Begetters using weekly instances, and hopefully these buffs will change that. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out this recommended video, and also if you enjoy sneak peeks, check out the sneak peeks playlist that you can see here.